for the OBAT. I'm going to go back to 1976 when I first met our teacher. I was in Philadelphia, and he came down for a show. Back then they had a group called Passion. And from there, I was called to New York, to build a studio in New York. So he called me into New York. I went there to live. Then he was building a masjid, which we built the first masjid in New York from the ground up. While everybody else was having storefront mosques, we built the first one in New York from the ground up. And from there, we went to upstate New York. And I remember I was saying, when I went to New York, I was saying, this is it. You know, I'm going to die here. I'm going to live and die. We got the community. We got our mosque. I'm praying every day. You know what I mean? Everything is, you know, everything is beautiful. He came and said, look, we're moving upstate. I said, wow, upstate. What's up there? You know, nothing there. Right? So we built there. We built houses there. We built, you know, a whole community of upstate New York. Stayed up there for a few years. Then our teacher said, "We're going to Georgia." I said, "Wait a minute! I thought this is it, man. We got. I mean, beautiful. Upstate was beautiful. I mean, we had a big lake. We had water coming out the ground. I mean, fresh water. It was cold though, but it was nice." So then we were sent to Georgia. So me and Wally, we took a trip from upstate New York, drove all the way to Georgia here, to Eatonton. And when we got to the land, it was cows, right? And a guy had a deer pen. It was all deers there. So I'm looking at this. My vision is not like our teacher. When I look, I see cows. When our teacher look, he sees, you know what I mean, a whole different view of what's going on, because you know I can only see so far. But anyway, he came down and we built the land up there. We built the, you know, the pyramids, the land as everybody knows it is Tama-Re. We built it there. And the reason why I was in Athens is because I got banned from Eatonton, right? So I had to leave out of there. So Captain Ray said, "Look, here's the keys. You stay at my house." I mean, he gave me a whole house, right? I mean, a big house. It's just me and my wife, and we stayed in, I guess, about 15 rooms, right? 15, 20 room house. He gave me a means to support myself. He gave me a store, All Eyes on Egypt. You know, this is the caliber of a person is a true friend. And when you're in need, he's there to help. He's always been that way. I've been knowing him from 1976, right? I've been with him ever since. I have never said, well, okay, I need a couple years off, or I want to go get my education and I'll be back later. I mean, I've been here, thick or thin. I've been here. So we'll get back to what happened to May 8th. I'll just give you a little rundown of, you know, I've known the caliber of person that we're dealing with. You know. We get back to May 8th, right? Me and my wife was in the store, right? But there was something, I don't know what happened, right? But it was something, I don't know, that told me to go home, to go to the house. Because during that time, it was me and my wife in there, but K-Bor and his wife and his little baby, they were staying there. And I knew that his wife and the baby were there, right? But it was something that told me, just go home for a few minutes, right? So, you know, I hopped in my van and I went to the house. And as I'm standing in the bedroom, I'm wondering, you know, what am I doing here, right? Then I saw a whole lot of police officers, all in black, with guns around in the house. And I'm looking out the window at them. You know, I'm seeing every movement. I'm seeing them running. I came out just upstairs with a baby. So I went over to the front door, right? I opened the front door up, and I saw them. It's like a few seconds went by, and they stopped. Their eyes got big, and they all went back, right? Then they like maybe surprised that they saw me just open the door, because they was ready to bust the door open. They had the battering ram to knock the door down. So they was like in a position to crush the door down. Just come on in, run in, bum rush us, bum rush the house, or maybe just shoot everybody up. I don't know. But this is the way it appears to me. But when I open the door, they lean back and they look. Then they rush in, get down on the floor. Then they just grab me, they threw me on the floor, right? Then they start handcuffing me. Anybody in the store? Anybody else here? I said, look, I said, it's a woman upstairs with a baby. I said, don't hurry, she's upstairs with a baby. So then they rushed up, they run out, with the handcuffs on, laying on the floor, right? Bear with me. The sister upstairs, right? She heard the noise and she grabbed her baby and they hid in a closet. She hid in the closet, right? This is when they came in there, they found her in there with the baby. Kids screaming and, it was real terrible there. I know the land, we went through a lot on the land and we went through something here in Athens too. And very emotional. And then as they grabbed me, they said, you got anything to say? I said, what is this all about? I said, what are you talking about? Tell me what it's about, then I know what I got to say. So he didn't say anything. So it was like a second crew of FBI agents. But the first crew was just there to, to bang in there and just, to take charge of the situation or whatever's there. Then the other ones, I guess they were the ones that wanted to do the investigation, because they grabbed our computers, they grabbed, they went through the chief house, just grabbed stuff. So the black guy told me, he said, I asked him, I said, what's going on? What is this all about? This is like a span of maybe about a couple hours. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know the land because I couldn't call. I didn't know anything was happening. As far as I'm concerned, it was happening right here. You know what I mean? Then he explained. They said, he said Dr. York was arrested in Millersville, right? So I'm saying to myself, if he's arrested in Millersville, what's the purpose of this? All you do is knock on the door, I'll open it. You know what I mean? Why go through all that? If the person you already have in another city, there's nobody there that did anything. You know what I mean? As far as any charges would press against anybody. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, no charges would press against anybody. So there really was any reason or legal reason to come there other than just to, maybe just like you say, shoot up people. But by me opening that door is surprising. But this is my account of what happened here in Athens.
You can go ahead and let your wife give her account as well. Thank you, Abby.